We're going to talk about Tuesday's teachable moments. I think there's some things that we're viewing now that we can all learn from. We'll talk about it after the 30. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. Good morning. Good morning. This coffee is good. What's up, CDP? You are the first to be on today. Good to see you. Hey, I'm here for the show. What is going on today? What's up, Vivian Jennings, head usher? Do not forget the cruise. Get your rooms, get your sponsorship. Talk to Vivian, get your merch. What's up, usher? Simply pink and green. I see you. It's a serious matter, sis. It's a serious matter. Who else is in this house before I start going on? I'm trying to say hey to everybody while I can look at the screen. Well, I'm going to go on, I guess. Yeah, I was looking at the screen. Well, you all, I happened to see what Hennywise put out there concerning VS Icon. And so now it just seems like a whole Fight Club situation, which is really interesting. And this is why I always laughed at that women's empowerment thing, because my thing is, how can you talk about women empowerment, but yet you are having women out here of a certain age fighting, period. And then trying to act like she the female Don King. And I just think it's interesting, you all. I'm not mad at the click and the views, but don't go to jail because of the click of the views and the views. And then to say, well, if something really would have went off, the police station was right around the way. Yeah. Another thing that really got me, and I listened to that, and I'm like, this is not healthy, is that she was more worried about somebody jumping in than really dealing with why are these women fighting in the first place. And you all, some people are not about peace. Some people are really about chaos. Now, if you really wanted peace, you would have had the ladies kind of hash that out on the panel. But you didn't even do that. So I don't want to hear about women's empowerment or anything else. It's chaos. It's chaos. It's causing confusion in different sectors. But it is what it is, you all. If people want to follow that kind of stuff, if that's what they want to involve themselves in, then go right ahead. I don't think it was cute. I think it was quite sad that these women in their 50s were fighting, and then we egg it on, and that's what gets me. We egg it on like it's right. It's not good for our lives, but it's okay for these ladies, and I just think we need to call stuff out. The only reason is because we egg it on. But hey, that's me. Again, verbally, that's one thing. But when you start fighting people physically and beating people and doing all of these things, pregnant woman out there, all of that, yeah. Capricorn, baby, I'm from Florida. Look, I'm not afraid of that kind of stuff. And the sad part about it is when people do that stuff, it only backfires on them. I don't get into that. I really don't. That means that she's angry, that means that she's upset, and that means she has no control over her life. That's not me, Capricorn. And again, she ain't the first root worker and probably won't be the last, but I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. That's because that's saying right there I'm weak. And so Capricorn, it is what it is. And if I don't go on the cruise, which I'm not planning to, I am planning to go on the cruise. It won't be because Dovey did anything. That stuff is foolish. That stuff is foolish. And it just goes to tell you what kind of person she is. And let me say this, Dovey. I think what you've done is very, very it just goes to show you who you are. Now, let me go that we can learn a lesson. We can learn people. This is why I think you times stop trying to prove to people. But we all heard Jovi say that she was going on Carnival Cruise because her friend got a ticket. Period. Hershey, I'm not discussing that. I'm not discussing that, Hershey. So I'm not discussing that. Let me move right along. So she get caught up, and now we find out she's not even going on the cruise, and she's upset about it. Unbelievable. Let me say this to you all. Me and Tracy ain't close friends. But I know what y'all trying to do. I know what y'all trying to do. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm fine. You know, again, I don't answer anything that people put out there. I think the situation with Dovey is a lesson to be learned. You got to remember your stories. When you're gonna lie, you got to remember the stories. And Dovey is upset, and you all could tell by her actions that she was upset. Came on the first time, she was very combative, and I'm like, girl, nobody ain't fighting. Tell your story. And then even when she came up the second time, she was combative with you and talking about y'all gonna let me talk, and nobody ain't never said nothing. I mean, and now all of a sudden she has this vitriol, and she gonna do some root work, whatever, girl. I want you to use that root work to get you an apartment and stop couch surfing. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get that root work, okay, to help you to be stable in one place. I can't understand people got all this power to wear other people's lives, but they don't have power to improve their own. That girl, that ain't Jesus. That ain't God. That ain't God. And that's why I'm worried about that stuff. Because if you were so powerful, you would be using that same power to help you in your situation. Moving right along. Child, let them, honey, that got to go through the blood. Got to go through the blood, honey. And the blood never loses its power. So go ahead and do what you got to do, sis. Hershey, I'm really not interested. Hershey, I'm going on my cruise. So Hershey, if you're not going on the cruise, then there's nothing for you to worry about. And Hershey, there are no friends on YouTube. So if Tracy is plotting that, oh well, it'll be a good storyline because there are no friends on YouTube. Okay, Hershey. So and yeah, y'all. I mean, I'm just okay. And your point. So anyway, moving right along. Moving right along. And Look, ain't no friends on YouTube, honey. You just come on and do your show, and hopefully that you still okay with people and move it right along. Hershey, I've been on here for a good minute now. I'm good. But Hershey, I don't think your intents are really good. I think your intents are messy. That's what I think. I think your intents are messy. That's what I think. I think your intents are messy. So it's all good though, boo. It's all good. Hey, Ebony757, girl, what's going on? So you also now you got BS Don King icon over there. So she is promoting fights and women empowerment. Women can fight and be empowered. That's what empowerment comes, because it shows how strong women are when they are assaulting each other. That shows them how strong, and then it empowers other women to go and fight other women so they can be strong. Women empowerment. That's what it's about, girl. Yep. I already been doxxed. Yeah, I mean, child, whatever. So women empowerment, y'all. So I think Donald Trump has to turn himself in today. This morning, it should have already happened. I didn't even look at the news this morning. Oh, this coffee is good. So you all, it's a lot of things going on, but I think the big focus now is this fight, and this fight is just it's just sad all over. And then you have another content creator talking about child endangerment, and if that young man is underage, some yeah, y'all gonna get enough of meeting these people. No, you being messy. You Hershey, you being messy, honey. Hershey, you being messy. It's all good. You being messy. We being messy. My eyes open, boo. It's open. I mean, I can go on a cruise. What I'm not gonna do, cancel the cruise and not go on the cruise. I'm gonna go on the cruise. I mean, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna need to stop going to the grocery store. I mean, am I gonna stop life? Because okay, and anyway, as long as Tracy and I have been battling, we always kept a mutual respect. So, but anyway. Now, let me go on to something else. It seems like a certain content creator has been very dormant. And it seems like a jokey has struck some damage. Does anybody know what's going on with that? Now, let me say this. Now, I'm being messy right now, and I'm bold enough to admit it. I'm being messy right now. What's going on with that content creator? Because it seemed like a jokey struck a blow, and people ain't come back from that. The last time I heard from that content creator, it was going off a jokey, and the next thing you know, honey, that channel, So what's going on with that? Does anybody know what's going on with that? Because, honey, that, and let me say this person is always reporting on everybody else. Nobody ain't saying too much about that. But a jokey must have done something, or somebody done something really, really, really no joke, because, honey, that person ain't been back, and it's been about like 6 days. So did the person get a week or what? Does anybody know what's going on? Anybody got any tea, coffee, iced coffee, frappuccino, cappuccino on that? Because that's the real tea right there. Did a jokey get him? I'm just saying, you all. Because you know he's going to come back and spin it. Chucky and China say they did it. Now, did they get him on permanently or for a week? Thank you, Hershey. You so concerned about me. Thank you, Hershey. Ooh, God, you so concerned about me. Thank you, boo. I know they be smiling at you. Yes, Hershey. You right, girl. You got a prophetic word. I don't know. You know, Shelly said she may be taking a break. And y'all, some people gonna leave YouTube. Some people are gonna leave YouTube and or they gonna take a break, or you don't know. I don't know. But trust me, if something happened to Shelly Child, somebody know about it. So 1 week, and he has one more channel strike, and his channel will be gone. Okay, interesting, interesting. Baby, these girls are striking channels, honey. My God, they are striking channels. So he gonna come back and spin it, and he'll probably get a backup page, but that's all right. Spin away. So Shelly is fine. All right, cool. So Vivian said Shelly is fine. So Shelly is doing fine. Shelly is doing fine. He got telling his mom and now let me go on to something else, honey. He took all of Chucky's channel a while back. Now Chucky in China got him back. Wow. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now let's get to Miss Cruiser. Miss Cruiser, is you in the room? Miss Cruiser, honey, because the girls are saying, honey, you done been all around the church and I can't find my pastor. Girl, they said girl, you've been all around the church. They said you can't go back to the church no more. I mean, Cruiser, somebody heard. Demetria Litt said she heard, but I want to know where you heard that from. I'm telling you, so I don't know if Cruiser is in here or not, but Cruiser, girl, Demetria Litt all day. I didn't know who she was talking about. Now I'm gonna say this, Demetria, just go ahead and say Miss Cruiser, or just go and say Cruiser. Don't be cause see, I could have got the wrong person messing around with you. I could have got the wrong person messing around with you. Could somebody go get Miss Cruiser? Rob, because I wants to hear, or Demetria Litt all day. Cause I want to know where these sources came from, and then I want to hear about these escapades up in the church. So any one of them, but baby, Demetria Litt all day, you gotta tell us, boo, who the person is. Because, honey, I mean, make up a name that we'll know. Because when I say 1852 house, trout mouth, Rumpelstiltskin, everybody know what's going on, right? Or if I say Shaky T, everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Because those are names that we've given people over the years. But girl, you were given nothing, and that wasn't no fact. Because I could have blamed somebody else. Honey, I could have had something attached to somebody else, and it wasn't even them. And all of this is going on because y'all said that Demetria Litt all day felt that Ronnie Q and Miss Cruiser dropped her off of a panel. Now that's what y'all told me. Now somebody said that this was way before Demetria Litt all day got dropped from the panel. Oh, Cruiser live now. Ooh, everybody up in the morning. Everybody trying to fill them AM slots. Well, somebody tell Cruiser that tell Cruiser somebody said that she was a negligent first lady and that she can't go back to the position. Now, Cruiser may not be a first lady at that church, But Cruiser is somebody's first lady because she was cooking fish for them. What's his name? Roy? Did she say Roy? Did she say his name was Roy? Did I hear Roy? Now I thought I heard Roy or something like that. Don't get me the line, but I thought I heard him, I heard he, my friend, I heard them pronouns used. But did I hear a proper noun? Did I hear Roy? Did I hear that in the spirit? Did I hear Roy? I don't know. I thought I heard it, but don't quote me on that. But that's what I thought I heard. He was the recipient of fish, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Somebody said, right now we are listening to Jay Wilson, Miss Cruiser, can't wait. I think that's very disrespectful to promote another. Oh, no, it's not. People come up and do that, I mean, you can't tell people when to come on. This is why they got replays. Most of my money is made after the replay when the people coming on. Child, it's the people with the commercials. When they click on the thing and then they want to skip the commercial, then I get a little coin for that. I don't get mad because of that. It's the replay, honey. It's the replay. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, replay. Replay. That's the replay, baby. It's the replay. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not mad at Cruiser. I just want to find out, was she a negligent first lady? Because the girl said she was a negligent first lady. And she was up there laying hands on all the people at the church. Okay? Demetra said she was connected with the congregation. She was connected. Now, I find that hard to believe, though. I find that hard to believe. I find that really hard to believe that Cruiser was up there sleeping with the whole congregation. What's up, Miss Philadelphia? Girl, that 95 still toe down. Girl, that 95 is toe down in Philadelphia. I'm just glad you're all right, Miss Philadelphia. Juicycation. Come on to Juicycation. A lot of y'all saying, I'm wondering if I want to go or not. Girl, you still got time. You can still get your bikini. You can still get your romper on. Juicycation. Come on, come one, come all. We're going to have. Dovey may or may not be there. It depends on which cruise ship. We may see her floating on the other side and we'll wave at her because she's going to be on another ship that was going in the vicinity of the Bahamas. Okay, not specifically Bahamas, but in the vicinity of the Bahamas. Make it work, Dovey. Make it work. I know Hershey is messy. Child, we know Hershey messy. Hershey is a messy subscriber. We know it. If Hershey don't like somebody, Hershey be trying to dog them out. Baby, we see your works. We see your works, Hershey. But we don't block you or nothing because we know that that's your job. Hershey, you giving me messy. It was a certain content creator on there. You was being messy. You being messy now. Talking about keep your eyes open. Good, that's messy. That's messy. It's messy. Now you can put it under the guise of concern. That's what church people do. See, I done been in church long enough to even know how messy looks there. And that's what you're doing. I'm just concerned about you, Jay Wilson. Keep your eyes open. Okay. Yeah. But you ain't messy. You concerned. You concerned. You ain't messy though. You just concerned. You just concerned for the people. Her ship gonna do a drive-by. Nah, Hershey's too controversial to give a mod stick to, because Hershey is not friends with a lot of people. A lot of people don't like Hershey. Now Hershey may get a mod stick somewhere else, but Hershey's too controversial to get Ursha over here. I can see that now. My whole my entire stuff be blocked. I'll be unblocking folk for weeks. Well, baby, they said that Miss Cruiser was hunching, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it. She don't strike me as that kind of woman. And if Miss Cruiser gonna be hunching, she sure ain't gonna be hunching in the Hampton Roads area. Miss Cruiser go to Emporia, she'll go to Williamsburg, she'll drive down to Ahoskie or Elizabeth City to do her dirt. She ain't gonna do it in the Hampton Roads area. I ain't saying that she hunching, but I said if she hunching, she got enough sense not to do it. Where, child, y'all gotta look. Cruiser ain't dumb. Cruiser ain't slow. Now, I don't think Cruiser was doing some of the stuff that she's been accused of, because it was I heard, and the person didn't really say the name. But if Miss Cruiser were doing that, which I doubt highly, I don't think she would be in the Hampton Roads right in the face of the people doing it. I don't think so. No, so Bobby Jr. What's up, Red Afro? Yeah, but this goes to show that these places need to get light rail, and they need to do a better job, because Miss Philadelphia is showing the vulnerability of our cities. So if 95 can jam up Philadelphia that way, then imagine if they had a domestic or a event that was planned. It could be much worse. So if that can happen in an unplanned event, think about it if somebody planned to do something devious. And it goes to show you how vulnerable we are. When the grid went down in Texas because of the snowstorm, it showed me how vulnerable we are. So yeah, Philadelphia is, I think, the 5th or 6th largest city in the country, and one major road can do all that damage. Red Afro, I'm doing all right. We just learning lessons today. It's some lessons to be learned. You can't scream women empowerment, but yet booking women to fight each other. That is not women empowerment. And then I guess we're supposed to feel good about it, because if something really jumped off, they could go to the police station. It was right around the corner. And those people were really taking her to task on how you screaming women's empowerment, but yet you dividing women. So they were really taking her to task over there. That is a lesson to be learned, because people bring folk together, not pull people apart. And people who want peace really want to listen, or people who want to get understanding. And let me say this, I am not at war at Dovey. I am not at war with Dovey. I want to make that very clear. I'm not at war at Dovey. But because of Dovey's desire to be on YouTube, and because Dovey telling these stories and not remembering what she said one day to the next day, it just exposed Dovey to really not being truthful. And Dovey is mad because she got caught up in a lie. Dovey ain't really mad at me, because if we let this slide and we didn't say nothing, honey, but let me say this, Dovey still would have been talking about folk, period. whether Dovey was going on this cruise or not, she still would have done it. The only thing is it exposed her as a liar because the people did the homework. I ain't do nothing. I just asked the question. And now we see what's going on. Because I was wondering why is she going off at Tracy and then going on this cruise? And I'm like, are they planning to fight on the cruise? You know? And I know Dover ain't about that life. Now Dover act like she about that life, but Dover ain't about that life. Dover ain't about that life. Tracy is about that life. Now I'm gonna tell you what. Now anybody who gonna fight at a film, honey, they about that life. And so I was like, okay. And then when she said she was going on another ship, I'm like, boom. I understand now. I said, I understand now. I understand now. But then y'all went a step further to make me really understand it. And that somebody wasn't going on the cruise in the first place because they ain't never booked. And like I said, she ain't booked on Tracy cruise and she sure damn well ain't booked on mine. So unless she going by herself independently, then, you know, but I don't think she going on that ship because now she don't know the ship name. Now she don't know the ship name. Girl, now you don't know the ship name. Now she don't know the ship name. Now she got amnesia. And then she trying to spin the narrative that me and Tracy invited her. Me and Tracy ain't invite you nowhere. You the one who said you was gonna be on the ship, Dovey. So we were like, okay, this will be cool. But girl, you act like you Diana Ross in the Supreme and or Candy on you know Escape or something. And I'm like, girl, you know, whether you there or not, Dovey, it ain't no big whoop. She initially said she was booking with Tracy. I know. Now she don't know the ship's name. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But girl, she had like she can on Escape and stuff, and like we ain't ready to do a big old show, and we can't make it without Dovey. Girl, that ship gonna sail with or without you. Hell, if I don't get on the ship and don't make it, it'll sail without me. So don't be acting like you all that Dovey, like somebody was asking you to come, girl. You ain't that. You ain't that girl. All right. I mean, girl, you act like you T.S. Madison, girl. I'm like, Dovey. Cause I ain't going nowhere. Cause Carnival Cruise is low. She said it's low bottom of the barrel. Okay, and I'm just, you know, again now Carnival bottom of the barrel, and now she trying to denigrate, and then she tried to now look at the sabotaging spirit. Then she trying to say that you know hurricane season is in September. Dovey girl, that was such a weak attempt. I'm sitting here laughing. I'm sitting here laughing at you because now you trying to scare the people. But Dovey, the only reason you doing this is because you lied and the people clocked you in that lie. And girl, you could not shake it. You know, they caught you in a lie. It's that simple, Dovey. You lied again. Folk caught you in that lie, and now you mad at people. And why is you mad, Dovey? I mean, y'all can tell she was mad because when she came up on that panel, she was ready to fight. She was ready to fight. MU, myself, we ain't say nothing. Can y'all let me talk? Y'all got, girl, nobody ain't saying nothing. You ready to fight. You ready to fight. Y'all can't let me talk. Nobody ain't say nothing, Dovey, girl. We was waiting for you to say something. Girl, I'm like, the floor is yours, sis. Honey, Dovey was ready to fight. And then on that day when she came on my panel, girl, I'm like, girl, I know you ain't trying to fight. Girl, we just trying to get an understanding, Dovey. Why you trying to fight, Dovey? Dovey always trying to fight. Miss Dovey? Dovey always trying to fight somebody. And then You'll be Marie Laveau right now. Always trying to put roots on somebody, but can't put roots on them finances to help you. Mm-mm. Talk too much right there. Bottom of the barrel, but she at the bus station ducking bullets and interviewing other transient folk. Right there, right there. And then begging for money to get on the bus. Let me say something. I can see if you was doing roots and you lived in a mansion. Then I'm like, okay, this might have something, you know. No, girl, no. We couch surfing doing roots. And I can't understand how roots gonna do all of this to us, but roots ain't helping you. And if roots is really working, it seems like it's backfiring on you because you won't never have no place to stay. I can't understand how these roots gonna affect me, but yet they ain't helping you. And it seems like them roots done backfired because it seems like you can't ever find no place to stay, Dobie. And this is really funny. Dobie, you said that you had an apartment. Girl, is that apartment still being built, Dobie? And then you said you had an apartment with no furniture in it. So why don't you just do some of them roots and burn them candles and get some Ashley furniture? I just can't understand how you doing all these roots, but it ain't benefiting you none. Right there, black man. She talked too much right there. That's the bottom line. I ain't worried about that lady. I ain't worried about that lady and her foolishness. And the thing with me is, I know it's for clicks and views, but the thing is, you can't get mad at people because you done told a lie. It was the child Dobie, the one who's did y'all not hear Dobie say she was going on that cruise? Everybody done heard you, Dobie. And now she trying to backpedal. Child, you just can't with these people. Now she gonna put roots on everybody because they done caught her in a lie. Now you mad. And you can tell when she get mad, she said, let me tell you something, Jay Wilson. Let me tell you something, Jay Wilson. With your bald head, Shell. Jay Hair Wilson. In the morning. In the morning. In the morning, Jay Wilson. You won't make it. In the morning. And I'm sitting here looking at her and I'm like, girl. I said, in the morning, when I rise, in the morning, when I rise, when I rise, when I rise, in the morning. In the morning, Jay Wilson. And I'm like, what did she say? You don't know, man. And then Dobie, again, what is a hysterectomy? Dobie, what is a hysterectomy? Dobie, what is a hysterectomy? Girl, what is that hysterectomy? She said, you're the one who had a hysterectomy. I'm like, a hysterectomy? What is a hysterectomy, Jesus? Anyway, but Dobie, that's you, girl. I can't do with y'all. Y'all be doing the most. And even if you're doing spells, you gotta say the words right. Maybe that's it, Dobie. Maybe you just really need to articulate a little bit better and stuff because, honey, it's always something with Dobie. She always at somebody else's house doing stuff. A hysterectomy. Honey. You said a hysterectomy. Dobie said a hysterectomy. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a hysterectomy is. Now, I know what a hysterectomy is, but I don't know what a hysterectomy is. She be tearing up them words. Y'all, and let me say this. I think Dobie is talented, but Dobie got to stop lying. Dobie just got to stop lying. I mean, it ain't even misspeaking. I can deal with misspeaking, but she just lying. And then she try to cover up the lie with some spin that ain't even spinning. That spin ain't even spinning. And I'm like, now she was going on Carnival, but not Carnival too low rent for her, and she gonna go on something else. And then she telling Kwani that that I said that she didn't go on the ship. No, no, Dolby girl. I was happy that you went on the ship. And I was the one who said if it wasn't just you there, it's still Dolby vacation. See, you can't even give people no props. Cali girl, that's what you know what? Let me say this. It ain't no need to be evil because when you put stuff out there, stuff comes back. And this is why I try to give folk grace because you got to think about your stuff. Baby, I don't be doing no spells and no incantations and stuff on people because that stuff will backfire on you. It sure will. And I think people need to be very cognizant of that. That's why you don't hear me talk about that girl who trying to lose weight. Because at the end of the day, I am happy that she's trying to lose weight and do something. But the thing is, people are not willing to take in what they put out. A lot of these people put out a whole lot of mess, and then when it comes back, then they get sensitive in their spirit. And Dover just got caught in a lot. It's just that simple. Adrena Hall. Let me say this, Adrena. I was playing. I know you ain't taking up for Miss Dovey, but you were talking about Royal Caribbean, and we know you weren't taking up, but you were trying to give us different view and vantage points. So Adrena, we was playing, girl. Adrena said, "Don't put me in that mess." Adrena said, "Don't put me in that mess." Adrena said, "I ain't going." She said, "Don't put me in that mess." I got you. Well, she talked too much. Like I said, I don't know what's really going on with Miss Dovey. I really don't know her that well. I just know that she has always, since she's been on the scene, lied. I mean, she said that I was in prison with Big Mike for 3 years. What else she said, y'all? She said I stole chicken from the church. Now, then it became a story. It became a story. And then she always say, sue me, sue me. Well, girl, we know you don't got nothing. So that ain't even an option. You can't even keep a couch under your butt. So I know you don't have nothing. And then she came up with a story that I had abused somebody, and child, she comes up with the stories. Well, let me say this, y'all. I have never been to prison, and I don't want to go to prison. You know, I have been in prison for ministry, but not because I was a recipient of a sentence. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, let me say, I'm not perfect. I pay my bills just like everybody else. During the time when I was laid off, I had to struggle and get in my car and drive Uber and do the Airbnb. I ain't ashamed to this day. I thank God that I did it because, it goes to show that, you know what, I'm gonna make it. So I'm not mad at that. Um, I've had to apologize to a couple of people and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just real. I don't have to lie about stuff though. Jay Wilson, let me ask you a question. How much do you pay moderators? Cause they act like trees. They act like they like pay them $20,000. No, I don't pay my moderators anything. Let me say this now. And Vivian and I would do something, but my moderators are here because they want to be here. I do not relegate my moderators to be here. If they pop up, they can. I appreciate my moderators, but hey, I mean, they just come and they help out. And I have some damn good moderators, but my moderators are moderators for other people. I don't require my moderators to have globes on and none of that stuff. baby, I don't, yeah. And I like my moderators very much. And so yeah. When times get hard, we have to, baby, you do what you gotta do. I ain't scared of no hard work. I ain't scared of no hard work. And I think that's really funny because it seems like the people who out here talking the mess are lazy. And I'm like, girl, how you gonna be lazy but talk about people who work? It don't make no sense to me. But anyway, it's not supposed to. Well, look, y'all, let me get on yonder. But I'm gonna be watching the Donald Trump thing today because I'm interested in that. So I'm gonna be on this news cycle. And yes, they are awesome. The Smart Show. Nate has met Vivian, and the Smart Show is a good person too. I like the Smart Show's spirit. He can pray. He's a very calming presence, and the Smart Show is a good guy. He's a good guy. So let me go on in here, y'all. But y'all pray for Dovey. I ain't mad at Dovey. Dovey is upset because the people done called her out on her ish. Look, I gotta go. Peace and love.